Sio waidieka.
So
Yako ni majasie.
Ayanya se aminimo
Ase.
Awakwoche se aminimo
Ase.
The captain say we force away.
So we ase.
The chairman say aminimo Chame Claude Fasa de no Don't ande bio Don't ande mao Achame nuo Yakoso Creator nuo Mati Fambe nuo Yes, yellow se nuo We say for Fambe nuo Sarah se nuo So Pai me hidiara pana eto Nima kante ya yiye endo kwa wekape Nima kwa pie Katue Nakano kadenya Kadenya
Yibo wenadia.
Kano katenya Katenya Nakano kadenya Kadenya Rofa kante kano kadenya Katenya Makibi kano kadenya Katenya Sano kante kano kadenya Katenya Kru menonde Ewele kante Kranke mo kante Kranchile Ni ma menu we ye Mondokma ya gako be ya dabo ni ma menu Kwaso kwa to nyana koso nye kwa mbo ye ko kwantika ne o Yara sanu Kwedo la diwe ya sonene Koso apene de boya piene ye mundika o Ye no danga ni madane ba o Anua Zua Benede Batwa Bwapwe Danga no Me ye kwa bea mekae Kwa la keto kwa bea zane be Nima era zonu Kabakara kanwa kimbule wo Azo Anua wewe Au Danga wazo Me anima danga kwa wabo Danga o
Sua benede ya piero. Babo kwa
Cheni ma danga kwa babu Danga o
Sua benede ya piero. Babo kwa
Nima sene danga ya babu Danga o
Sua benede ya piero.
Danga wemu diesi yuo danga ni mazi Kanwo masa Swa ye paki be manane babo jito baka Ye paki be mpugire ya ete piebo Para kadi ya ngato Baku bako ni mamenu ndane Danga kwa piesa Kraye nunga kupu da sakai Nuya kumeru beku Mumpo yabu Wanu kupu Danga na yane Yega mipua de seba Sayasa Aye kwa boko ba kwa namba karo plasa Yosifure Kabwenu kumaswala Kwa sebe Yesu kondo karo Ni makande senenda wale kome wakele Kaso kebe kabebe tewobo Bebo ne twasama banukwenu de Brosu oto wenu dego ye taipe Kebe kakblusa ne choni foka benu de pa Kola blaru bewe Yekane woto mogru nu de pa Batwa benu de Tronkwi upa nu de pa Yekakuwa kane yerubo nu de bo Asinka Yekuni manosenu wodo koto Wo fa pa kwa wo to atu President Bagle beda wo pone be. Wa pe kade ya me ye bo siagu. Ye sia ba sibo. Ye place yo kobo. Kwa ga guro kala bebe dewo ni ma ye bo. President Bagle wo be ma ye me bo. Wo kade be wa ku. Wa ku wa to lo pa kante bo. Bele ya la ton pie bo. Tiro.
And so, good evening, folks. Welcome, Vic Sibling, to BKS TV, and welcome to the Heat Hour program here on BKS TV. On the Heat Hour, we see dialogue and not confrontation. We see words and not bullet. In tonight's edition of the show, we will be hosting one of Nima County funniest songs. But before we do that, let's try to bring you updates from across Liberia. My name is Junior Payne, your regular host of the show. BKS Heat Hour show comes to you every Monday through Sunday, beginning at 9 o'clock p.m. Liberia time to 11 o'clock p.m. Sometime we go beyond that too as well. And of course, we want to say welcome to the show this evening. If you're watching us on Facebook and YouTube, we want to say welcome. Tell us where you're watching us from in the comment section, and let's recognize you too as well. Those of you too also listening to us via radio, we want to say welcome, good evening to you, and welcome to the show here this evening. We will be hosting former representative candidate of Electoral District 5, Nema County, Honorable Cornelius Bokuo Miami will be our guest here tonight on the show. He joined us to discuss a couple of issues, ranging from Buyao developments to Buyao politics to Nema County politics to Liberia politics too as well. So it's going to be a wonderful conversation here tonight. It's going to be a really, really great one here tonight. My name is Junior, and I will be here as your lead moderator and your host of the Heat Hour program. Hopefully, we'll be joined by all of the panelists here tonight on the show. Our guest is already in the back. Therefore, we'll go for a big short musical break, and we'll be right back. Stay with us and keep listening.
Au danga wazo me anima danga kwa wabo danga swa benete ya piero wabo kwa cheni ma danga kwa babu danga swa benete ya piero wabo kwa ni masene danga ya wabo danga swa benete ya piero danga wemo desi yo danga ni mazi kanwo masa swa ya paki bo manane babo jito baka ya paki bo bugere ya ete piebo paraka dia ngato bagumba pani mamenu ndane danga kwa piesa Kaye nunga gupu da sakai Unya gumeru beku Mumpo yabu Wanwa gupu Danga daya ne Yega mipwa da seba Sayasa Aye kwa bukwa ba Kwa namba karo plasa yosifure Kabwenu kumaswara Kwa sebe Yesu kondo karo Ni makande senenda Wale kome wakele Kaso kebe ka bebe te wobo Bebo ne twasama banu benude Brosu oto wenu de go ye kaiple Kebe ka blinsa ne joni foka benude ba Kona blaru bewe Ye kane woto mo gru nude pa Batwa benude Ton kwi umpa nude ba Ye ka kuwa kane yerubo nude bo Asinka Yekundi manosenu wadokoto Wo fa pa kwa woto atu President Bagle beda wo pone be Wa pe kade ya menye bo siagu.
Thank you for being there. Welcome back to the show here, Vic Sealing. Today is the 8th date of January 2025. Again, welcome to BKS TV and welcome to the Heat Hour program here on BKS TV. On the Heat Hour, we say dialogue and not confrontation. We say words and not bullet. In tonight's edition of the show, be hosting Honorable Cornelius Bokuo Miami, former representative of Electoral District 5, Nima County. He joined us here tonight on the show to discuss a couple of issues ranging from Nima politics to national developments to as well. The CEO is here. Let's bring him on. And of course, our guest is here tonight. Good evening, CEO, and welcome to the show. How you doing, Chief?
Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you.
go
Happy to be here. Oh, sorry. I thought I was
Oh,
me.
my brother, you want to see my title? I see your title there.
Sorry,
You can't play with it on this show.
I'm retired.
But yeah, it's great having our brother here. You know, as I said to you earlier, he was our first guest on this platform, the BKS Heat Hour. So we owe it to him. He's one of those that stood up first and believed in us, and made that sacrifice to join us. So we want to say thank you, brother, for being part of our history. And then we welcome you on board again.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show, Honorable Cornelius Pokuomiamen. I mean, we have a lot of conversation to have here tonight. Plenty of them to discuss, from Booyah to Liberia to development, your personal development, and everything. But let's start with you. How have you been? Since the meet of the by-election in Booyah, how have things been like for you personally?
Well, on a personal level, first of all, I just want to say thank you for having me tonight. It's good. I had to come outside because I was not getting a good reception inside. Um, I'm just happy to be here in Liberia still. Things are going well on a personal level. After elections, you got to settle a lot of things. But by the grace of God, I think we have moved on. And we are still on our hearts. But overall, I can tell you that I'm very happy, and we continue to observe and be a part of the process.
Thank you. I mean, before we go to Booyah, let's start with your personal developments. I heard that you have a project in Montserrat County, a clinic project. Give us a little update about that. How far is it now currently?
Thank you for asking. We do actually have a wonderful project here. Actually, it's not a clinic; it's a hospital. It'll be a two-story building, almost more than 40 rooms. So we are in the process of constructing. We have finished the first floor. We're about to cast and go to the second floor. And that's not the only project I'm involved with, but on that project, it's a project that is close to my heart. The reason it's close to my heart is in honor of my mother, my late mother, Mother Mary Mammon. And she died right here in Monserrato. And we went through a lot of difficulty, and it exposed me to some of the issues that has to do with the healthcare delivery system in this country. At that time, my mother was in need of critical help. We could not find it anywhere near here within hours to drive. At the level of the critical nature of her health, it was very sad that even we had the means to pay for it, we could not find it. We had to drive all the way across town, all the way to EW. Imagine from Burrillville here, almost 2 hours before we could get that critical help. And so once she passed away, I praise God for her life. And I wanted to do something in her legacy, something that will remember her and capture the essence of who she was. And she was somebody who was caring, somebody who loved people and loved this nation. So we decided to construct this hospital in her honor. It's something that is dear to us, and we're happy that we have come that far. And also, part of my work now, I work with schools. What we do an after-school program. And what that really entails is that, most of our students here, they go to school, but after school, they're left on their own. So the program that I have is set up that we come in and we do an after-school program with individual schools. And what that means is the kids come for about 2 to 2.5 hours. They get their homework done, they get their studying done, and then they also learn some life skills in that process, because I believe some of the most dangerous hours for our young people is the time that they're out of the classroom. And so this program has been tremendously successful. We have more than 1,000 students coming through our program on a weekly basis. We can see anywhere from 400 to 600 students and we're seeing tremendous improvement in the lives of young people, especially in their academic work. And you know, when people are improving academically, their confidence grows and their attendance and all of these things, we're seeing significant improvement in those schools. And so that's been my basic focus among other personal issues. But those are the two primary things that I'm involved with right now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now let's take you to Buyao, the district that is so dear to your heart. Since
Yeah.
the election, since the meat of the election, everything is over now. What have been your engagement with the people of Buyao?
The first thing was, let's just start from the beginning. I didn't go through to the end of the elections. Let's be very clear. And there was a process of making decisions on that. When I look across our district, while we saw a lot of passion, we saw a lot of intense exchanges, I saw an underlying theme of a lot of personal hate, a lot of confusion. And so, based on what I saw, and coming from Glole, where Mr. Augustus Mekwa and also Takwa Mambia were coming from, I saw a problem. And we said that for the sake of having a united front, and also to set a precedent that elections are not just about a job for one individual. It's about continuing or progressing as a people. So I decided to withdraw from the election and support a candidate, and we went forward from there. And since then, it's been a basically getting in touch with people and also giving the new leader a chance to prove and to present what it is that he has to offer. And the first thing I did in that regard was to congratulate him, both on the social media and write him a text message, even though I tried to call him and I could not reach him to this day. I've not yet gotten an answer to my call. And that's okay, because I'm sure he's a busy man. But we are working along with our people to see progress in our district, to see how we can continue to move forward, even after the by-elections.
Thank you. CEO, let's do it entirety. Let me get to you. You can ask your question, and maybe we can go back for another round.
So who did you support in Buyao, District 5?
I pledge my support to Augustus Mekwa. We come from the same town. We have a lot of things in common. I felt that he presented an option for our people if I could not be in the race. I think my being in the race was creating some problems for his camp. He has just come back from the elections, and I thought it was a chance to give him that one last opportunity to prove what he could do for our people.
Oh, one last up. So if he happens to go back in 2029, you will not give him that opportunity, I think, right? Based on that assertion.
It's a matter of looking at what 2029 presents. But as far as our arrangement, that was not anything financial. It was me seeing the political landscape and seeing what can be done. 2029 is still far away. We're going to continue to engage. When people ask me what's the strategy now, my strategy is to stay close to our people and to know the realities on the ground and see how we can engage in solving those problems. His candidacy is not going to be the issue for me in 2029. I think I've shown in Liberia we say clear hat, and I think I've done that, and it's time now for us to move on. And I think we have something wonderful to present to our people come 2029 if the need be.
Yeah, thank you. And I really, you are one of those young guys from our district that I admire. I have a lot of respect for you, highly educated, hardworking. You have a lot to offer to Liberia, not just our district. So, as you know, District 5, where we come from, play a major role, or has been playing a major role when it comes to electing, bringing people to power and everything. Look, have you been back to District 5 since this election to hear from our people? Or in the corridor there in Monrovia, have you heard from our people? What's their take on the current government, what they've been doing? What's their satisfaction level?
We are constantly engaged with our people, Monrovia and in the district. What you're hearing in Liberia right now is people watching this government. We see a lot of infrastructure development that is taking place. I think our people are seeing that. We see a lot of stability, something that I think Liberians have always wanted. We are seeing engagement from the national level. But on a personal level within the community, because I tell you that I work with children in schools and families, and I deal with them, and even a group of pastors that I work with. There are some difficulties that our people are actually facing. We should not try to cover those things up. Financially, families are having difficulties. I believe things will get better, but it takes more effort, it takes more determination, it takes more attention to paying more attention to what families are going through. That's my heartbeat right now. I cannot stand to see, like, one of the schools that we work in, we have families that had their children put out of school they couldn't even afford the first 500 to enter the classroom, and we had to step into those situations to help. So it's a mixed bag right now. What I say by mixed bag, there's a lot of good, but there's also a lot of difficulty that our families and people around this country are faced with, not just in Booyah, because if people in places like Monrovia, Banga, what about Booyah, a place that at times we feel is so far away? And we hope that the new leadership that has come will engage in bringing some relief to our people.
Yeah, taking you back to Booyah, reconciliation is very, very important, regardless of where you are. And that reconciliation, or wherever reconciliation should be held, should be led by the leader. So our district number 5, we have a lot. The election they had there was very tough. A lot of divide, a lot of folks who are not happy, and all that. So it is very, very important for us to have a holistic reconciliation in our district, and I believe personally it should be led by Honorable Koto Kwaglu. Recent, I don't know if you follow, he was heard on VOG in Ganta when one of our reporters from BKS asked him about the relationship between he and one of the candidates, Mahdi, Sis Mahdi. And then he was on the record by saying that he was never, ever going to talk to her and forgive her and all that stuff. You also made a point here that kind of caught my attention. You said you reach out to him, congratulated him on Facebook, texting, and you have not heard back from him. What's your take? What do you think the reconciliatory process is? You think he's doing more to get our district reconciled, or he just doesn't care?
Based on what you have said with the interaction in the studio and for me, I was a bit surprised because I know him, I know his family. Uncle Jackson, someone since 2011, 2010. I've been closer to his family, even when they were undertaking their project in Tiapibuya, their clinic. I was there. I was a big part of supporting that. And even when his family moved to Ganta, they had a pharmacy. I was also there helping to provide different ways of relief for them. So maybe he's busy. When you take a new role, you're busy. But what I see is that if I was in that position, will be for us to engage people. Leadership is about people. When it's devoid or doesn't have people involved, it becomes a lonely walk. And also we have to give people chance to mature. So maturation needs to take place. And to say that you will not reconcile with someone, if that was said and I read it and I saw it, then it's a bit disheartening. It's sad. And I saw that he retracted his statement, or somebody from his camp retracted. I hope they stick with the retraction. A reconciliation needs to take place. And also, you who won the election, it's time for you to bring everyone together. Even though we call people representative, in my opinion, in my honest opinion, the first boss man that you have is the people from your district. They are the ones that employed you. They are the ones that invested their time and put their confidence in you to lift up your hands, as we said here. So reconciliation needs to be the primary thing. And one thing I said when I went to Zrapla, maybe you'll give me more time to talk about that, is that one of the things that I believe is that without unity, there's no development. Without unity, there's no community. Without unity, we would not have a district. We have to be united. Even if we disagree, we have to agree to respect one another and to also accept one another from our different backgrounds.
Yeah, and you did mention that he did retract his statement. That was after some callers called in and they told him that was not a right statement for a leader to make, and he retracted that. But regardless of that, I think that was not a right statement for him to make. So I'll have to respectfully disagree with you when it comes to time for him to mature. The leadership, our leadership, when it comes to District 5, being leader for that type of district, doesn't require a kid to go there. He put his hand, he decided to go run, and we hold him accountable regardless of his age and all that. So he should be ready to take on that role regardless of his age and all that stuff. But I agree
with you, CEO Alvin. What I meant by that is I wasn't talking about me. I was talking more for him.
Oh yeah,
he needs to mature. And to be honest, we said these things during the campaign that you needed somebody from day one to be ready to lead. While people have made a choice, so we also have to look at it from their standpoint. But yet, that's why I'm on here tonight, so that we can put in place roadblocks and correction points that he may learn from it. And what I'm saying, that if he's mature, he will learn from it and add it to his wisdom and move forward.
Thank you. I will let Junior take over. Like you said, this is District 5 from there, so we have a lot of questions. We could go all night with.
Please go. I'm here.
Thank you. I will still take you back to you pledging your support to one of the candidates at that time. According to you, you pledge your support to one of those candidates you withdraw from the election. I want to know, and the public too want to know, did you notify the Election Commission where their official withdrawal from the race?
At the point that I withdrew, it was very late to change anything on ballots or anything as such. So what I did was we did a complete public awareness throughout the district. We took people that went from town to town, let the people know that I was not in the race again. Election Commission, they said it was too late to take my name from the ballot. Ballots were already printed, so we could not do that. But the district was well informed of my decision, and I hope that the message got across.
Great. Now, the current representative-elect Koto Quagris is in the district currently. When he was going to the district, he bought motorbikes for young people in the tune of empowerment. This has been criticized by so many people of the district. Some abroad, some in Liberia have criticized this decision of the lawmaker about buying motorbikes for those young people in the district. What's your position on that?
Before his position, I want to make clear that he made a donation to our radio station there in District 5. So we want to say thanks to him and his office for that donation.
Yeah. Specifically on the motorbike issue, I have great concerns about that. I would not, if I was in the position, that would not be my first step. Motorbikes has been proven over time has not been a responsible way of rescuing our people out of the condition that we're in right now. Motorbikes is a mode of transport, but the riders of most motorbikes are young people who should be in school, who should be in technical schools, who should be learning something that will sustain their families, sustain and contribute to our district, to Liberia, through their efforts from going to school or learning a trade or doing something that is constructive. Motorbikes are not a sustainable way to earn a living. I compare, I was telling somebody today, motorbikes like the new diamond mining. In the 50s and 60s, our parents and grandparents went off to the diamond mines in the minor country, in Lofa and other places. And even today, we have our young people, most of them in the Southeast. But in very few cases have people left that industry with something that they can contribute to society. Throwing shovel is good, but I don't think there's any other job that you can do other than digging the pit for your diamond mining. If I were them, I would have not invested so much into motorbikes. The calls that I got from the district was alarming. The things I heard was that motorbikes will not feed us. Motorbikes will not give us injection and pills to help us get well. Motorbikes do not do the things that our people really need. Let me just touch on something if you allow me to.
Go ahead.
There are two needs in society. There's a felt need and what I call the real needs, or the root needs that we need in society. Felt needs are things that we see and we want, and there's some, in most cases they're temporal. You know, we see something, maybe I see another person, but even a motorbike, and I want one, but it doesn't make any viable change in my life. But root causes, like the medical system, the healthcare system that we have, the healthcare delivery system that I can't even say we have, we're attempting to have. Our schools, we talk about Honorable Jackson F. Doe Sr., the school that he built in Global. Let's just use that because I'm from Global. People praise his name. People want to do things in his honor. But the school, when my son came from the States a few years ago, and he was here for vacation from school, he saw the building and said, oh, he told his grandpa, he said, Grandpa, that looks like an American school. But when they walked closer to the school, they didn't see chairs in the building. They didn't see, even in some classroom, blackboards. They didn't see even a whiteboard to write on. And these are the issues that our people are faced with. But to take motorbikes and give it to more young people to leave the issues or the things that will build them up, I have grave concerns about that. And the narrative does not look good for us when the only thing we can do is to put more people on motorbikes rather than educating them, keeping them safe, giving them safe drinking water, and giving them an option on life to have a better future. I think that was not the best decision. If I was making that decision, I would not have made that decision with the kind of investment that was made in that direction.
Great. Now, because Booyah has a lot of critical issues. This representative have also been writing communication to his colleague in the House of Representatives to carry electricity in Booyah. What's your take on that too? Other people have said you need to have a fixed vision. You need to have an outline of what you want to do in the district. You cannot be jumping from one place to another. You need to have a structure of leadership. What's your take on the current representative advocacy in the House of Representatives?
I think, first of all, from the start, maybe I missed it, but we have not seen a clearly drawn-up legislative agenda from our newly elected representative. And what does that mean? That comes from real conversations with your constituents to know what are the realities on the ground. And electricity is something that we need. But for me, if I was starting, I would start with health, with education, healthcare, roads, and even when we talk about roads, I have another concern with that. I saw earth moving machines on the road after the introduction of the motorbikes. Not too long ago, just a few months ago, we were grading those same roads, and then we're coming to grade it. What it tells me is that we don't have a permanent solution, or we're not moving towards a permanent solution. The communication about electricity is good, but what are the alliances that he has built in the House already that will help to move that agenda forward? What is in the budget that it will be drawn to us that specifically applies to infrastructure development in our district? Those things are good, because the good thing about infrastructure is that it provides jobs. It's one of the easiest ways to provide jobs for your people. But to make declarations or pronouncements, and in Liberia we have a history of making wonderful, wonderful declarations. But the demonstration or the implementation of those things are sometimes disappointing, even in the highest regard. So I see his communication, but what is the output? And I see too many people clapping. Rhetorical or oratorical ability is the first thing that any representative should have. So it's not something to cheer for or to make it sound as if I've achieved, until we turn that into actionable things for our people. And the fact that they chose to do motorbike tells you that they're not following through on that agenda. And we still have yet to see. It's still early. But based on what we're seeing right now, I don't even think we're following through on that agenda of those communications. It appears to be a proclamation without meat behind it or the impact that we need so far.
When you say early, how do you term early? Because we are gearing up to 2029, and the people are booing out to need changes before 2029 election. And this lawmaker is serving on another person term. He pick up from where someone stopped. When you say early, what do you mean?
Well, even if it was the most seasoned veteran that got into that position, there should be a month or two that they get acclimated. The legislature is not one person. It's not one vote. It's a collection of people from across the country who have been elected to represent their people. You have to build alliances. You have to be trusted. Even when you start your job, even when you start in your school, the very first day, you don't know everything. You have to have time to do that. And I'll give anybody that chance. But after 90 days, we need to start seeing results. I have moved past the early stages now. We are going to now start engaging on analyzing and critiquing the steps that our newly elected representative takes. So when I say early, I'm saying we're past the early stage. Now we're into the phase of we want to see results.
Earlier on, you said the representative have not responded to your message since he took over as representative. You are not the first person to say this on the show. We brought other guests from the district, other sons from the district who have also alarmed this same issue of the representative not responding to their messages or call. Why do you think he's not picking up you guys' messages from the contending or the opposition side? Mr. Miami, are you there? Okay, folks, if you're just joining us this evening, you are listening to the Heat Hour program here on BKS TV. On the Heat Hour, we say dialogue in our confrontation. We say words in our bullet. In tonight's edition of the show, we are hosting Mr. Cornelius Bokwa Miami, former representative of Electoral District 5, Nima County. He joined us here tonight on the show as we discuss Buyao. We also discuss Nima and Liberia politics. On the first segment, we are still in Buyao. The second segment, we come to Nima in its totality. In the last segment, we go to Liberia. I'm here tonight with our able Howard and CEO, Mr. Alvin Seka Sr. CEO, welcome.
I think I'll have to give Mr. Merman credit. He's speaking facts. He's not going one-sided. He's laying out what he believes should be done for our people, and I like the approach. And we have to hold people accountable. Our leaders, we have to hold our leaders accountable. We have to hold people accountable. And the assertion that it's still early, I think is not fair to our people. And I agree with him. 90 days is over. You know, he won, and we are in January 2026. And I think it's time for people to start asking. Mind you, our current lawmaker, was a huge proponent when it comes to holding the predecessor accountable. So I don't think he hates that. I think he agree with that. So we have to hold him accountable. That's something he signed up for. So welcome back, Mr. Mann. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you up there, but welcome back.
No. I left you. Sorry. What was the question? Let me get back to it. Sorry. I'll try to frantically get back on there. Yeah.
So you earlier on your statement, you said the representative is not picking your messages. He's not responding to them. Yeah. He's not responding to your calls too as well. And there have been other people from the district. Recently, we had another guest on the show here who is also from the district. He expressed similar concern to as well. My question to you is, why do you think you guys from the other angle, the representative is not responding to you people?
Let me, for full disclosure, I made that as a friendly gesture, but it wasn't something that is required. It's not his responsibility to answer my calls. But if you're a leader that are leading a district and people who are stakeholders or shareholders in that district, I think it's appropriate that you engage with them. Say whatever they might say about Honorable Koga. He was very open to communication and meeting on a regular basis if you chose to or you invited him. So I'm a bit surprised, but I'm not disappointed. I expected. We went into these things knowing that we have differences, and some people may not choose to step over those. Maybe I don't know what the reasons are, but we are still open to openly engage with him and move forward. But it's not something that I'm stuck on. It's not required. It's something that will be good, but we're moving forward. But like I said, the 90 days are over. We are now have gotten to the point of how are we going to deliver our people. We that's why some of us were in the race, that we were saying that we are ready from day one to lead this district. We have the connections already. We have the alliances already. We've been in front of Senate committees. We've been in front of ministers and other people, even citizens. That's why our people needed to care for the Jews. But we are still observing Mr. Quadri, but in the process, we're going to continue to bring up issues that need to be addressed immediately to the satisfaction and to the sustainability of our district.
Thank you. CEO, over to you now.
So during his interview, I know we'll move on to the next stage here, but we're still in District 5. During his most recent interview, he admitted that Boo Yao is underrepresented, right? And I think, stand to be corrected, I think he called your name. He called a couple of people, stakeholders from Boo Yao, who contested, this going election, who are capable, who are educated, who are well prepared to serve in this government. And he agreed that, or he stated that Boo Yao is underrepresented. We don't have any minister from there. In fact, there's someone who talked about, how about Bob Kato he said he gave the ghost story. So I agree with him on that 100%. I have been singing that song forever. Boo Yao doesn't have able representation. As they say in Liberia there, the reward of election is not in heaven, it's right here on earth. And I still believe that Boo Yao is underrepresented. I think they are doing it on purpose. I don't know the reason why they're doing it, but it's on purpose. Now, his reason he gave for that was Honorable Koga should be blamed for that, or is to be blamed for that. Because during the time when the government was being formed or put together, Honorable Koga, quote unquote, was fighting for deputy speakership. So he was not there pushing Boo Yao's interest. That's why Boo Yao is underrepresented. My concern and my question now is, okay, your boss man is the VP, and you are now the representative of District 5. So since your predecessor had all these issues, you are now there, and you are on the table. You sit with the VP. You are his son. You're on the table, decision-making table. What's stopping you from pushing that? Why is Boo Yao still being left behind? So I was still going to just sing this song, blame Koga when he was there, and now you are there, you're not doing anything. I just feel the blame game is too old. I think they should take responsibility, and they should call on Boo Yao people, the ones who are qualified to come and serve. And I still believe that starts with the reconciliation. The fact that he's not calling the folks who contested against him together to have some type of meeting or reconciliatory process, that speaks volume. What say you on that? What's your take on the Boo Yao being underrepresented? And I mean, it may not be you and I specifically, but overall, man, we have to speak the fact, right? You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that out.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for bringing that up. If he said that, then I think we have passed that. I think we just said, in my opinion, 90 days are over. I think we're past that. Underrepresentation now rests on his shoulders, his leadership, whatever ability that he has. We have to move past blaming Honorable Koga. That's why most of the people elected Mr. Quadri, because over the last more than 5-6 years, he has been singing the song that Boo Yao is underrepresented and it needed change. And now He has said and has been elected by the people to bring that change. So there's no more discussion about Mr. Koga or Senator Koga now, then Representative Koga. We have moved past that. We want to see clear vision. We want to see the expertise that he brings. We want to see the direction that we have to take. And the first taste of what we're seeing has shown us that we are not yet gotten on the path to delivering the goods for our people. There's no CEO, there's no more time for that discussion about underrepresentation. There's been a change in the guard. Now it's time to move forward. And we are going to be here to bring the issues to the table. We're not talking about personalities. We're not here to be descriptive of how people look or what they may even sound like. What we want to see is the results that our people deserve. And that's why most of us got into this race. That's why I got into this race at that time, to see that we can deliver our people from where they are. We need results, not new narratives of why we have not done this. Could have, should have, would have. It's over. It's time to say, I did this. This has been done. We're moving towards this. This has been accomplished. It is time for our people to see that difference that they are yearning for.
And I'm going to say this, and I say this with clear conscience and clear heart. I believe there's some sinister reason why Buya is being treated that way. Now, let's go back to your uncle, Jackson Hebdo. When you talk about Buya, we talk about historic district. The district that is very, very important when it comes to any political movement or any political say in Nimba. Even this current government that is in power was headed by a son of Buya, PYJ. And then we'll go to all those folks who serve, who they talk about a unity party. You will hear them say, oh, the rooster that is in the middle of the logo came from Nimba. Where it came from Buya? Because of Jackson Hebdo. So they say all those good things. And then our people overwhelmingly voted for them. Right? Now we're on 2 years, going to 3 years. And you don't have a single assistant minister from District 5. We have all these young guys who campaign, who contested, and actually went together and campaigned for this government. I don't want to even name names. All those guys are sitting there. None of them have been called. When they ask, they will give them all kinds of names, all kinds of stories. And then we, like I said, the grace period is over. We'll have our rep that comes there who's supposed to be pushing for us. If you go on air and you talk about it was because of my predecessor who did this, who did that, that's why we are not here. No, it's you. You are the leader now. We will go for you. We'll go after you. We'll hold you accountable. And you have to speak for our people now. If you don't, you are the leader. We'll ask you. We'll ask those questions, and our people will be there. And they know. Our people are not crazy. They know. They see things. They see what's happening. And I'm actually disappointed in the way in which they are treating our people. Something needs to be done, and they have to do it as soon as possible. If they wait for 2028 and 2029 to make those political appointments and stuff like that, it will be seen through different vantage point. But that's just my say. I've been saying it over and over, and I will continue to say.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, can I come in, or who's?
No. You can come in.
Yeah, we see many of those things, and most of the other counties, some of the counties here are very blessed by the appointments that have been taking place. What I'm seeing there in Buya is that it almost like no man is standing in Buya. When it comes to time to vote, we are asked, we are begged, we are persuaded to vote. But at this time, and let's even take it beyond our late Senator, great Senator Johnson. There have been other people that have come from Buya that are part of, I think you touched on it with the rooster. Jackson Hebdo, who can say it's the grandfather of the benefits that we're seeing today, because most of the last two leaders, out of the last three leaders, were people who came from that tree. Madam Sharif, and then Mr. Boaka, the president now. We have invested in this nation. Even the constitution of this country, when it was this new constitution, it was being written in 1986. D.K. Wonsalia was part of that committee as a young man. So we have contributed tremendously to this nation, and I'm quite surprised to see that, when I say people think I'm looking for a job, I don't speak for myself. What I always say when people ask me is that I'm not seeking, but I'm willing if there's a chance to serve. What does that mean? Seeking is where you're all over the place, pushing yourself and saying these things. Willing is that you have the capability and you're willing to apply that to help our nation. We are surprised. I am surprised, in a sense, but this is politics, and I think we are beginning to see real politics in Liberia. And I don't want to blame always those from outside. I think sometimes our problem comes from within. Political fights are about interest, as they say it. But at the end of the day, the interest that we should be seeking is what benefits our people. The more people we have in the room at the table, we have more of an attention to come back to where we're from. The representative office is one man. But if there are other people within the government, they will be able to see how we can best help our people. And I want to encourage those who are making the decisions. We need you to look at Buyao, a place like Buyao, a rich place, a place that feeds this nation, is part of the feeding system of this nation, has students all over this country, have people in the medical field. All of these things, they need to be recognized so that our people too will be inspired, motivated. 2029 is not far away, but we don't want to threaten anyone, because one thing I also know, our people are resilient. When you go to our district, no matter, even though all these things are not happening, our people are trying. It's not the best, but our people are strong. And we will stand, and at the right time, they will know our value if they do not know it now. Am I muted? I'm not hearing you.
No,
Okay.
no, you're okay. Thank you so much. DK, welcome to the show. How you doing, big brother? Let's hear you. Colonius is here tonight, man. You can ask him all of the questions from Nima, from Booyah, and everything. It's your time, Chief.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Happy New Year, big brother. Uh, Mine will be, I don't know whether somebody has asked a question before. What's your plan for this year, moving to 2029? Is that something somebody has asked you about?
We touched on it, but just to bring you to speed, election comes every 6 years or every, when a by-election comes. But in between are days and months and hours and minutes and seconds that our people have to survive, our people have to live, our people have to achieve. So my goal right now is to build relationships with our people and create opportunities. And the way that I can sum it up is to be a ladder holder for our people. What's a ladder holder? You hold it and other people climb onto success. That is our plan. Right now, I'm in the school program. In the next school year, we will be reaching Buyao with our program. The hospital that we're building here is built in Monserrado, but it has Buyao in mind, with that we will be able to help the facilities, the medical facilities that are in our district, to see how we can supply them with expertise as well as medicine and other equipment to help our healthcare system. So we have big plans, but it's a step by step. Right now, we're building the foundation for good things to happen for our people. So we have great things ahead.
So you touched on elections, and you weren't clear about your positions moving forward. So you said there are by-elections and there will be elections in 2029. Are you telling the audience and the listener that, oh yes, my sleeves are up, my boots are on, and I will hit the ground in Buyao to contest in 2029? Is that what you're saying?
It's a good journalistic question. That's always something that is in the horizon. But my younger brother DK, right now, our people don't need my pronouncements about election. That's a given. What we need right now is to change their position, is to change where they are, to be so that in 2029 they will say, I'm better off today than I was because Bokor Mohammed did this for me. 2029, that's an easy decision to make. I'm always in the political game. But right now, I see our people calling me with the dissatisfaction. They are not happy with the current state of affairs. We need to move ourselves into a position that we are constantly making a difference. That hunger for 2029 election, yes, is there, but that other hunger that you do everything to win 2029 is what is keeping our people down, what is keeping us in the dark. We need to elevate, not because of election winnability. We need to do it because we want to see our people win first, and then they will reward you with the position.
Are you in contact? Have you spoken to the current representative since his election? And what is your relationship with him?
We just went through that. I have reached out, I think, on 3 separate occasions, and now I can say that he has not responded. As I said before, maybe he's busy. It is not a requirement for his job success, but in my personal case, he has not reached back to me. We've known each other for the years past, more than 10 years, but in recent times, I've not heard from him directly.
Now, the people of Booyah listening to you tonight, before we part from this Booyah discussion to go to other issues, what could be your recommendation to the honorable representative if any of his supporters are listening tonight or is listening tonight, and he can put in his working plan for the people of Booyah?
You know, I'm not here to tell him how to do his job. That's why we elected him to do his job. But what I would say is this: our people need better healthcare delivery. Our people need schools that are actually working for them. Our people need safe drinking water. Our people eventually, as they're saying, you know, things in the energy sector. These are the things that our people need, and we are watching to see his leadership on that. It's not my job to tell him how to do his job. He was elected to do a job, and we're watching. But while he's doing his, I, Bokor Meme, will be doing mine to help our people, and then our people will see my leadership on display.
Great. Now, let's come to Nima. Nima is very big. And Nima, CEO, before we leave from Booyah, if you have any other question that you can ask before we leave from Booyah.
No, I think he's the only candidate, someone that contested from Booyah who's actually calling our current leader, you know, to account, you know, holding him accountable, which is part of leadership, the fundamental part of leadership. And everyone else who's waiting and feel that, because there's the mindset is this is not just Booyah, but I think it's going around Nima, which I think we need to work on, is where if you question someone, if you ask your leader, if you question him, you hold him to account, then it makes you unpatriotic. It makes you against Nima County. It makes you to be someone who's against the one Nima agenda. I think that's a fallacy. That's a flawed way of looking at it. Democracy, the foundation, the fundamental of democracy requires that, and I think he's doing a good job at what we've been saying. And I hope people can learn from this, and we all can hold our leaders to account for that. But I think that's a great way to segue and leave Booyah. I agree with everything that he said tonight, and I think our leader will listen. He listens, you know. Hopefully, he takes these into account and act upon it constructively.
Thank you so much, CEO. Now, this leads me to my next question. This entire thing of Nima unity, Nima solidarity, Nima movement, what's your stand on it? What's your stand on the Nima unity thing? Just to lay it basic for you, all have criticized this, all have also praised it, all have been saying that this is only in the interest of certain group of people. Other two are saying we need to protect the current content of our basket, which is the higher position we have. We need to protect it so that we can go to the highest one that we have in the country. What is your stand on this?
The only stand I have is that, you know, those are things that are required, but I don't think that's what Nimba is suffering from right now. I think Nimba over the time has proven that we can stand together, that we can provide leadership for this country. I think where the issue is that, and let me be clear, I don't want to be negative all over the place against the national government. There are great things happening. Roads have been built. People are being paid on time. In some regard, But there are parts of our country where all of these good things are not reaching us, and it depends on the leadership that NIMBA has, not just in Booyah but across the board. And for that to happen, we need to have different voices in that room. One of my political heroes is Barack Obama, and when he became president, one of the things he said is that his leadership team will be what he called a team of rivals. What does that mean? It means that on his team, he didn't have everyone that agreed with him 100%. There in the same room, he had the former Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, on his team. And there were other people in that room that didn't agree with him because he felt the need to bring people on board that would bring a different size to the issue. So that when they discuss issues and when they delivered for the people, they were bringing it from a holistic point of view, not just from a narrowly looking at issues. I believe in some of the cases, NIMBA has done well. During the election to replace Senator Johnson, we saw great unity in our people. Senator Koga now, Vice President Kuhn, and most of our majority of our NIMBA people were united. And so we have the foundation for this. But now we have to address the issue of including everyone in that conversation, and also not just the conversation, in the results that reach people. For us in Booyah, as far as appointed positions or even positions of importance in this country, we are yet to see significant strides in that direction. I will always speak from a Booyah position to come to even to NIMBA and to Liberia. We need more involvement, more of our people engaged in the process of leading this nation. We of Booyah need our government to look our way, not just in appointment, but also in delivering the national part of it to our people.
Thank you. Now, this whole thing, I like the way you guys, politicians, term it to be you guys make it look so beautiful. NIMBA unity, NIMBA oneness. For us, we are just here to watch you people. We look at you people. We want to see the lead. Now, this issue of ArcelorMittal Liberia. Let's get to ArcelorMittal Liberia. From there, we'll go to LPRC, where you worked before. ArcelorMittal Liberia is seeking extension from the government of Liberia through their MDA, which is 25 years from now. Now, the extension have not gone to the the legislature or the Senate. They are not going to the House of Representatives or the Senate, but there is 200 million United States dollars within our current budget for signature bonus. What say you on
that? If in fact they will deliver on that 200 million, first of all, my position has always been that there are glaring issues on the impact of the mining operations by ArcelorMittal and other companies in this country. And for being from NIMBA, let's focus on ArcelorMittal. There has to be issues that have to be addressed. The safety of our people, the safety of the environment that we have. These are things that we need to address as a people. We NIMBA people need to stand as one to make sure that those things are clarified. And now, if you come, and let's say let's just dream that we have gotten past those things that have been done, because so far not all of those things have been met by ArcelorMittal. But let's say we get past and we agree. The 200 million, a significant portion of that needs to go to NIMBA County. And even when it goes, it should not just be something that is left in the hands. Once again, I come back. It should be a cross-section of people that should come together, that when we achieve that money, and that money should be given to NIMBA County. When we achieve that, that should be decided on with the inclusion of the people of NIMBA County, the people who are actually affected, the people of the mountain who are affected by this. It cannot be left by outside prescription. That's what I call it. If the diagnosis is in NIMBA, the prescription should also come from within NIMBA to solve the problem.
Great, thank you. CEO, welcome back. DK, welcome back. You guys can ask questions. We're in NIMBA now. We left Booyah. We're in NIMBA.
Yeah.
But I'll always speak from Booyah position. But I'll always speak from Booyah position.
DK, you go. I know you've been in and out.
Yeah, so thank you. So, Mr. Merman, there is the debate, quote unquote, call
Mhm,
in Nima that call
mhm.
for Nima oneness, Nima unity to support and Nima candidate. Where do you stand? Are you in support of the Nima solidarity movement that is for the vice president?
Uh, Anything that has to do with unity, all of us are in favor of it. But to just say that endorse one group against another group, that's not even unity. Unity can be expressed in different forms. The solidarity people can express it, but it cannot be at the expense, meaning that we don't do it in reaction or against another people's form or expression of their unity. So I have not declared my support for one group of Nimba unity. I subscribe to the entire Nimba being unified. We in Booyah right now, wherever the unity comes from, we agree with it. But what we want to see results in our district. Our unity cannot be on paper, cannot be declared, cannot be pronounced in the media, on the paper. It has to be declared by the results that we see in our district, where I come from, where, every 3 months we have to go fix the same road, where every 3 months we have security issues, where every 3 months our hospitals are not functioning, and where every 3 months we're building new hospitals when we should be, in fact, improving upon the ones that already exist. That's the kind of unity that I'm looking for, the unity that produces a people that are growing, that are progressing. That makes you unified, not words, not symbols. We need it in the lives of our people.
So you 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 are a politician and an educated advocate and everything. What is your political affiliation? Can we know your political affiliation? And in the past election, which party have you supported? What is your political base that will push you
I,
to? Yes, go ahead.
I ran on the Liberia National Union ticket. It's a good party. I think Mr. Monimba has a good approach. I think he's a young man that has come in with a vast experience. Yeah, even though of his age, he's a few years younger than myself, but he served at a very high level for the last in the Salif government, and I believe in him. I believe his father. But when it comes to my political affiliation, my affiliation always stems from what is going on behind me in my district, what is going on right under my own feet. It has to be who can deliver for my people in the District 5. We have to, as leaders, we have to come to the table with an agenda for our people. Political names, Liberia Action Party, we can say, Booyah is the home of it. But today, people don't. It's the school that Jackson F. built there. It's the schools that are there. The things that were done. We need to start looking at results. Political alliances in Liberia, for me, it doesn't even last long. It's one of the simplest things to break in this country. So we need to look at those things and really examine it from what is happening for our people.
Yeah, you there? Great. CEO, you got any question?
Yeah, he made a great point. I talked about being involved with all these movement, one in my agenda, one this and that, and then Booyah being left out. Again, I stand to be corrected, but if you look at all those solidarity movement, all those groups being that they have, we still don't have able representation when it comes to that. Being there.
But
Because
even
those are the
the
guys that are
sports
making the decision.
committee, CEO, even the sports committee, I was looking at it. Where are we?
Yeah.
They released a huge list yesterday. Maybe I didn't see it clearly, but I didn't see a significant impact from our district. What is going on?
Not at all. It goes back to the same thing I've been saying, and I think we owe it to our people in our district to point these out. Yeah, the sports committee, even the maker of the sports thing, I was telling someone not to politicize it, but the whole district league, we didn't have a single player from from District 5 to be there, to be called for.
Jimmy Wogba is the last player that we have from our district, maybe. Yeah. And
So they do that and they leave us out. Yeah, and that's a problem. That is a huge problem. You cannot leave certain portion of the population out. You only use them or go to them when you need them for numbers. So I think that's something that we need to continue to flag. The whole unity thing, one NEMA agenda, NEMA solidarity, I stand to be corrected, but if we go through that, we have to go through and see what representation we got. All, unless they say, all districts, all part of NEMA are not, represented. But that's something that you brought out, and I thought to also flag as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta keep saying it.
You worked before at LPRC,
Yeah.
You stayed very long there. Now you got new leadership at LPRC. What's your assessment on them from the way things have been run currently in Liberia, looking at the prices of gasoline on the market, the prices of fuel and everything? What's your assessment?
I have a favorable assessment, but let me be, for full disclosure, since I walk out of the doors of LPRC, I don't know I only see what you all see on the social media or here on the radio, and what we're hearing, most of it is good. But those things, in all honesty, those things are not brand new. Those are things that we, some of those things we put in place. I'm happy that we have some of the youngest people in the government in positions of leadership, and I can honestly say we have a role to play in that. When we were there, we after a research by Honorable Jackson F. Doe Jr. And myself, we went out, we started a leadership development program. And that program, it was based on the fact that at that time, LPRC had in 2012, LPRC had less than 6 professionally trained technical people. And that was alarming because we are a technical institution. So there was this leadership development program that came about, and not because of us, but when the opportunity was put out, some of the young people under the age of 40 at the time put in to be able to go and get advanced training. And today I can say that, some of the current leadership at the very top are beneficiaries of that program. And so we were working ourselves out of a job at the time, and we were very comfortable with it. And it's good to see them leading. So I'm favorable to them. MD Twe is somebody I know personally. We've known each other and we worked together even before he became MD. So I see what it is. But to expand on your question, just to give a little history of what SOEs, state-owned enterprise, as we say, state-owned enterprise, it's all about the government getting involved in the market to bring more Liberians into the market space. And I think LPRC is doing that. You see the price of gasoline is low. Even diesel is low. And when I was there, I was in charge of the last responsibility I had was all, at that time, the 11 tanks, new tanks that were built. I was responsible for getting that job done. And we did it in record time and without a lot of fanfare or news about it. But that was my responsibility. Let me just give you one fun fact. Before, when you were loading gas at LPRC, it took you 20 minutes to load 500 gallons. But under that new system that I was privileged to be the project manager on, we can load 500 gallons in 1 minute. When I left LPRC, that was the record time so we have even shortened the delivery of product to the market time from LPRC, within the LPRC confines. That system, that semi-automated system, is one of the best. And I see that the current leadership is doing their best to deliver on those things.
Thank you. Thank you so much. DK, I don't know whether DK is there to ask his question before we take leave of you. DK, do you have any other question for our guests?
I mean, looking somewhere. The man looking for ice. He's looking for ice agent. You know, the
Not
ICE,
small name there.
they up to all kinds of stuff. They used to kind of
Not small.
police,
Not small name there.
yeah, for all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I think I joined you in terms of the advocacy when it comes to Booyah. Booyah is all we have. I tell people the time all the time. I say we are the new Jackson F. Dole, DK Muselier, and all those folks who came before us. We went to
But even the CEO, not to cut you off, but to cut you off, we're sitting on BKS. You know, you know what's interesting
no,
is that when your father was at Elwa, he used to be the one that ushered in my father for every Wednesday to preach to the people in the nation.
yeah,
So yeah, those people are great, but what you're doing and what our parents have done is also included in that. Don't be afraid to say that.
yeah.
I applaud you.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, I tell people all the time. You know, the old man during the '90s, the 1990 war, he refused to leave. I think you asked your old man,
Yeah,
he will tell you. He was
yeah.
at EFW there, you know, talking, speaking
Mhm.
in Q all the time. You know, sending messages to our people in coded languages.
Mhm.
Yakayika Conquada, you know, all those stuff he used to say, and he refused
Yeah,
to leave.
yeah,
So that was
yeah,
another way that he fought for NIMBA.
yeah.
He was someone that fought for
Mhm.
NIMBA through the media, but most people don't know that. So we are here to do that, and they sent us to school to continue
Mhm.
their legacy, right? To continue a
Yeah.
legacy and speak for our people. And this is the right time. If we don't do that now, then we will be considered cowards, and history
Mhm.
will not judge us, right? And our children that are coming after us will sit and say, what did my dad do? What did our fathers do? So we owe it
Exactly.
to our people in, Blunt War, people in Battle Play, all were there for us to speak for them. They may not be able to speak, they may not have the opportunity that you and I have, but that's why
Yeah.
we went to school and that's why we are here. So we'll advocate for our people and we'll continue to call our leaders attention to what we think we deserve, what our people deserve. But yeah, I think it has been a
Wonderful.
great conversation. Make sure you come back on
Mhm.
here, brother. When we get more Booyah people on here, I will make sure I reach out to you so you can
Okay.
be part of it.
Yeah, we I appreciate it. It's always wonderful. I feel a part of the BKS family. Alvin is my younger brother. We have a deep connection, and when I come on here, I like it. You guys feel free to interact with me. Be critical. That sharpens who I am and what my resolve is. And but at the end, if you give me a chance, I want to make a brief appeal for our program that we're.
The network is holding him.
I'm a bit
So
confused
our,
at
our colleagues, our followers here, they're asking that you call their name and give them shout out. They have been following. I want to say thanks to all our followers. Shout out to you
Mhm.
guys. It's because of you guys that we are here. So we appreciate you following us every evening on this BKS Heat Hour show. Yeah. So tomorrow we'll be hosting an interesting guest. We will keep the name for now, and then tomorrow
Yeah.
we'll have a really good guest. It's going to be a heated show, and then Saturday we have Dr. Pan from Tada, and also he lives in Minnesota. He will be here with us, and then Sunday we'll announce our other guests. But yeah, it's going to be a really interesting weekend.
Thank you. Thank you so much. See you. I think we have to give our guest a little time to rejoin us so that he can give us his parting comment before we go here tonight. Again, those of you who just joining us, you're listening to the Heat Hour program here on B.
BKS TV. It looks like even my host is also having some network issue here. So I'm going to take this break and we'll be back when he joins us.
kadenya, rewa sekante, rewa chika no kadenya, kadenya, kre, kasi re, babolu me kanu kadenya, maso rado, biba me unu pomada, maka kengalu jia, kasi say, kupe re, nakanu kadenya, kadenya, kwita pisa, kanko, waka makwe kadobe fatu, ni makobe yerasi, blue, ni mayasi, adekwa yabe, mesa pa yaye, akuluka, ateble, ya popo, bala, so, ya popo kende, popo, bala, so, ya popo bala, yisu nele, so, ya popo kende, kanima kibetwa, so, ya popo kende, kanima kolotwa, so, kakolotwa, kanima kante kibetwa, so, ya popo kende, ya.
And so that's it here this evening. Has been a wonderful conversation with all of you. Again, welcome and thank you for being there. Thank you for always following the show here on BKS TV. Of course, we are here from Monday to Sunday, beginning at 9 o'clock p.m. Liberia time to 11 o'clock p.m. Liberia time. Those of you who've been watching us this evening, Ralph D. Wilson, he says, good morning, CEO, talk show host, and the guest on the platform tonight. Ralph, want to say thank you for being there tonight. Zle Prince Gay was watching us from Campley City. Zle, want to say thank you too for also following from Campley. Mambia D. Kankeko Sr. was also watching us this evening. Aliu Miller Sisse Sr. was also watching us this evening from Fangalo Street community, Sunny Coley. Aliu, my man, how is Fangalo Street this evening? You took my mind way back, you know. That's my terrain. That's my area. CEO, welcome back. Before we go in, the last one from you, Emmanuel Terry G. Miawi was watching us from Glowley.
A man watching us from Booyah, from our district.
Yeah.
Please extend our greetings to people of Booyah. Amen. Tell them we say hi, hello to them.
Well, we have a lot of people joining now. Yeah, Albert Bumi is also watching us this evening from Zoom 12. From Zoom 12 Street Cinco, Frederick Island. A lot of areas in Montserrat. Albert, welcome. How you doing this evening? See you. Over to you.
Yeah, nothing really. I think it has been a great show. Yeah, Boko is a well-informed, son of Booyah, and I agree with almost all the statement, his point he made tonight. That's something that actually I've been preaching, and I'm glad I have someone to join me and buttress what I've been saying from day one. So hopefully our people, and we'll do that most often. It's not going to be just one day. Whenever we get a chance to discuss it, we'll discuss that. That's the beauty of democracy, the beauty of Liberia. We disagree to agree. We ask our leaders questions. They'll take that into consideration, hopefully, to act upon it. But yeah, again, tomorrow we'll be here at the same time, same day, same hour, same place. We'll be having a really good, interesting guest tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a hot show. So hopefully all of you guys come to join us. Greetings to our people, the great people of Nema County, Liberia, Booyah. I want to say thank you so much. Again, Happy New Year. We look forward to seeing you guys here tomorrow.
Thank you so much for being here tonight. See you again. Those of you who've been listening to us via radio and also on the social media, on YouTube and on Facebook, I want to say thank you for being there tonight. It has been a wonderful, wonderful conversation. We're going to be here tomorrow. And I promise you tomorrow is going to be a really, really fiery show as we discuss a couple of issues in Nema. We're going to hear all of the latest Haiti information tomorrow. We're going to have someone from inside that will be giving us all of the information tomorrow. So we ask you to join us here as we have a wonderful, wonderful conversation. See you. Thank you for being here tonight. Get you tomorrow.
Yeah.